Hello and welcome back to BlueTube, and today we're going to be previewing our away fixture at Ewood Park against Blackburn Rovers in the Championship this coming Saturday. What do you reckon then, Dad?
I reckon that was a really good attempt. It took him 3 times then, that did.
What you got to tell them for? Tell them all of our secrets now, showing them behind the scenes stuff.
Yes, it is at Ewood Park, isn't it? I reckon it's going to be a cracker.
Yeah.
7,033 Blues fans are going.
Don't say that like you expected any less.
No, but 7,000. I mean, are they going to have 7,000 there? Are they?
Come on now, you're making enemies now.
No, I know, but I mean, Blackburn, it's a team that's been there, done it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They've been
absolutely.
a big team,
Good team.
still are a big team. An old fan favourite of Blues, used to be their manager until he was enticed away to Derby, John Eustace. It's going to be, on paper, a tough game. First away game of the season. New kit, the new red kit. What do you think of that?
Oh, good point. I really like it.
Yeah, me too. I'm not a red favourite in kits, but this one for Blues. Yeah.
Yeah, I
We'll
really
be
do
getting
like
this one,
it.
won't we?
Do you know one thing I have to say? I've seen other people say this, so and I hate saying it, but when they put a little post out of the beach with the Blues logo and a little football, and I thought they might have been going for like this beige, creamy colour.
Oh, we all
with
like
the
a nice
Blues.
beige, don't we?
I thought that
Like
was
a
going to be
nice
the kit,
anorak.
and my eyes lit up. Not to say that I'm disappointed with the red or anything, but it really did send me wayward when I saw it come out and it was another red kit. I still think it's fantastic though. Still definitely going to get the money out of me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So Blackburn then, let's just go through. Manager Valerian Ismail. Their current form in this division, they lost their opening match to West Brom.
Oof.
So I tell you what, West Brom, they're not going to be any mugs this year, are they? So they'll really want to, they're going to be back at home. They're going to want to push on. And Blues, like I've always said, and I keep saying it might sound a bit of a parrot, but we've got no one to fear in this division. So Blues are going to take it to them.
I don't know how much we can take out of, well, not just their opening result against West Brom, but also our 2 against Ipswich and Sheffield. Everyone's still gelling, everyone's still settling in, coming back to the football. How much can we read into it?
Yeah, we've just got to carry on as we are. Do you know what I mean? We've just got to have that ability that we've got and show it. Keep that form going from last year. I mean, you even mentioned against Sheffield United the other night that we hadn't lost since February. That's home form, yeah, I know. But I think for a team to show the true class and the real want to push on like we need to, you've got to look at home and away. And I don't think we have it in our makeup now to go away and try and play for a point. So every game's going to be a humdinger, a 3-pointer, isn't it? And that's how we've got to enter every game and keep that momentum going. So Blues seem to, for me, it's like we mentioned players like your Cash-ins and that the other day. They're just like, it's like they've been with us for such a long time. So for me, that gelling, there will be more gelling, of course, to do. But it's only going to get better. I mean, we've played really well the first 2 games, EFL Cup and, in the division against Ipswich and Sheffield United. But those were, and I know you don't like using the term, those were the banana skin games already.
I need to get a little button here for every single time you say banana skin. Yeah, just a little mat button.
Yeah. But I've just gone through just a little bit to touch up on what we could expect from Blackburn, really, because it's not going to be a walk in the park, more like a bit of a jog. No, I don't know how the hell. I don't know why I've chosen this guy, but their keeper had a good game last week, and it could have been a different story even more. They lost anyway, but this kept them in it by all accounts. Belas Toth, the goalkeeper, he got a 7.44 rating from FootMob last week, so that's quite good for FootMob. That is. Another one, Sondre Tronstadt, who is their number 6 defensive midfielder, 29-year-old from Norway, valued at £1 million according to these. 7.19 last week for that game.
Yeah, good player.
Played the full 90 minutes last week. So those are just 2 that I've picked up on. There's no one like ex-Blues with them at the moment that I could find or could think of, to be honest with you. They've got a few injuries, like every team has at the moment. Todd Cantwell with a thigh strain, Hayden Carter and Adam Forshaw, the only one
Some
that
key players out
recognised
there
there.
for them then.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, no, decent
Is it?
players.
Really?
Yeah.
So we've got to take advantage of these things, haven't we? Strengths for Blackburn. Home advantage, solid midfield control, which I don't think is going to be necessarily the case with the Blues midfield the way we are at the moment. And it says here from FootMob, their recent signings showing promise. Their weaknesses, lack of goals in the opener, so you can't really judge it on much. I mean, this sounds like AI talking, to be honest, doesn't it? And their defensive vulnerabilities. Now, when we click and we start scoring, like I think that we're going to this year, it's going to be
I think we've got the
sublime,
potential
isn't it?
to bulldoze teams, to be honest.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. There's the only form we can really go on of late is a couple of friendlies and then the EFL Cup. So they lost 2-1 to Bradford.
It's been a really poor start for them, really,
in the
hasn't it?
EFL Cup, yeah, day before yesterday. Obviously, they lost on the opening game of the season to West Brom, but they got a 1-0 win against a team. I don't know. I didn't even look to see where these were. Elche, ELCHE. They beat them 1-0 in a club friendly. Ouch. So that's all we've got to go on there. I'll put up their last squad. I'll put that up for you to have a look at now.
No, you
you're
won't.
doing this
I
one, won't
will.
you? Ben will do it. I'll have to send it to him.
Making more work for me now, you are.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, you can see that it was more of a defensive where the higher scorers were. Defensive midfield, one of the centre-backs and their goalkeeper, so it probably shows you the pattern of play against the Baggies. And without dwelling too much on it, I just wanted to touch upon Blackburn have been there. I mean, they're Premier champions. They were up there. I think was it 2 Premier Leagues they won and came runners up once as well. I know it was a few years ago. So there's like for the Blackburn fans that might be watching, you know, they're a team that's not to be taken as no nonsense. They've always been there or thereabouts, but it's Blues now. Blues turn to sort of rise now. And we can move straight on to our boys because that's what we're here for, isn't it? We
Sure.
don't want to talk about anyone else really. So yeah, straight after the 1-1 draw,
Really comprehensive
against Ipswich.
Blackburn view there.
We don't want people tuning us talking about Blackburn. We just got to acknowledge them and then move on to the good stuff. So,
No, go on then. Let's talk about Birmingham then.
so yeah, we obviously drew. We won last week against Ipswich with a 1-1 draw against 12 men.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Andrew, whatever his name was, the referee being their 12th man. And let's see what FootMob says here, because their strengths for Blues: tactical pressing, possession-based play, recent momentum from promotion. Absolutely, totally agree with that. Weaknesses: still adjusting to the championship pace, and that it's an away fixture. I'm not worried about those 2 weaknesses there.
I feel like they've just plucked them all out of thin air, haven't they? They've tried to find some.
It's AI, and it's going to
even
be
with strengths
AI.
and weaknesses. I'd say it for both teams, to be honest. But fair enough.
But I was going through, and I mentioned this on our last video, when I got up and if you have a look on this, the details I sent you, when you swipe through our squad, it's just absolutely inundated with class, isn't it? And I'm not going to go through them all. You can have a look. Hopefully Ben will put it up for you to have a look. There's just not one. There's a couple of players that are a couple of weaknesses, and you think probably get moved on. We know about Bielik being touted with a move to West Brom, don't we? For £1 million. It'd be sad to see him go, but it's all for the good of the club. Let's see what happens in the next few days with that. But if you do go, thank you for everything you've done.
Yeah.
You've been an absolute hero down the Blues. But yeah, look, we look forward, and he was part of the new project moving forward as well.
Oh yeah, it was a key part to it all. Absolutely. Do we want to take a little bit of a guess? Well, not a guess. Just talk about who we would put in our starting 11, because no doubt about it, there's going to be some rotation from the game against Sheffield United.
Well, just let me, before we get to that, mate. Let's just go with head to head. 10 wins for Blackburn, 10 draws, and only 7 wins for the Blues, according to the details from FootMob, which is good. But yeah,
what was it that you always spoke about last season with that? Come on, let's have some consistency.
On balance.
Balance.
it's due, and we got some catching up to do. So
We've
there's
got
going to be a
some
few
catching up to
goals
do.
in.
Yeah.
There's going to be a few goals, but we'll get to all that stuff towards the end. We can have our little predictions, but I don't think. I mean, I've got to be honest with you. Whoever we put out there now, yeah, yeah, great. I'm supporting them exactly the
I
same.
don't think I've really ever felt that way, you know. I think sometimes whenever we've had a substitution come off the bench, there's always been, even if slight, just a little bit of disappointment, like, oh, they're going off, oh, they're a really good player.
Not anymore.
But there's not one single player now who I could see going off for the Blues and thinking, I'd really want to keep them on, because we've got such firepower, such quality, and so much depth in every single position now. I just feel like we're just going from strength to strength. Whatever change that we make, I think it's an absolutely unbelievable
Well, is it going to
squad.
be? Is it going to be like on that? Are we going to go like this 4-2-3-1 or a 4-2-2-2 or a
4-2-3-1.
4-3-3 or because we haven't got a comprehensive formation that it stays like that. We've got an
Well, we change on
evolving.
phases of play, don't we? Our
Exactly,
formation.
it evolves to whatever suits the mood at the time and what the need is at the time. So defensively, we might become a more defensive formation, and we have those patterns. I remember last year there was someone that was commenting on, we were not a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2 or whatever. And there was times that we'd go forward and it was a 3 with like your Cochrane or your Laird forming part of your midfield or your flanks moving forward. So it was literally, depending on when you watch the game, it's like, oh, we're playing 3 at the back. But then you're like,
Yeah.
we're playing 4 at the back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And once you get that right, and once you master that, you just you evolve onto new things, and it becomes second nature, and things are good because then you can start
It's a
like
testament.
moving on to
It's a
what you
testament
need to
to,
do further up the pitch, and it's just like
Yeah.
you don't even think about it, and the players that we bring in seem to be adapting to those sort of processes as well, don't they? Like we mentioned Cashin, the lad on loan from Brighton,
Yeah.
when he played against Sheffield United the other night, slotted straight into the way we were doing things. You've got Clara that's got to adapt when he plays next to Neumann. He's more your left-sided centre back because Neumann is more your right-sided, having been that right back as well. And I think that some people would be like, but you want them to get used to that one thing. But I think a player like Clara takes that in his stride. I don't think there's an issue
I
with
agree.
that. Do you know what I mean? So for me, whatever we go with, it'd be interesting to see what people think and what their thoughts are with who we should start. Because, again, and I know I discussed this on the Sheffield United review, when Stano was interviewed by ITV, he was talking about forming this partnership with Kyogo, and either one of them being a 9, one being a 10, both being like just out and out up front, supporting each other, using that space behind the defenders that you're given now in this division. I'm just really I'd love to see them two playing again together.
Oh, they're brilliant.
On Saturday,
Yeah.
because I just think there's going to be a time that they just absolutely click, and I think we're going to demolish teams.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And yeah, it might sound like a little bit sort of hot-headed, and maybe I'm talking at the top of my hat, but I'm just calling it like I think that Blues can move forward doing that this season, with the flanks then coming through like your Damari Gray, the way he's playing like a 20-year-old, isn't he? The energy of the guy and the will to do what to do what he's doing, and Keshi Anderson coming on, or whether he starts, frightening them to death. Willemsen started to turn it on a little bit as well. Tommy Doyle in support. I mean, he was known as more of a defensive midfielder, but his attacking prowess in the last few games has been
Oh, it's just a box-to-box, isn't it?
amazing. Without even mentioning Paikin Iwata. I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds beautiful, doesn't it?
Excuse me.
There's not a weak link in the team, and I don't want to bring it all down by saying, like there's players in the team that I think really going to struggle. There's not many that are going to struggle. I think it's nice to have seen Lyndon Dykes come into the team a little bit, but I think the chances are going to become so few and far between for that guy now. I'm even questioning where are we going to use Marvin Duksh when he comes on?
Yeah.
Because there's people, and I think you spoke to me about this yesterday after watching the Evening Mail lads, the Birmingham Live
The Keep
lads.
Right On podcast, yeah. Didn't put him in the best light. Spoke about him sometimes being a little bit of a lazy player. Someone who, when he's on form, can be the best player in the team and is relied on. And it's really clear to see. Scores a lot of goals. But when he's not feeling it, he's really not feeling it. And he can go on a bit of a drought. We spoke about that being 3 months long. at the time. And they also spoke about him, whilst he's very good at direct free kicks, he's not actually the best in the air. So it's
He's
interesting
scored a
how,
few
how,
headers on
how
the
you
goal
take
reels that I've
this.
seen.
Well, there you go. Yeah, but this is from a Bundesliga journalist. So it's one of them. I think you can read into that as much as you like, but at the end of the day, he's a Birmingham City player now, and he's under completely different managerial
And-
leadership, and in a different division, in a different country.
And if someone's going to get a tune out of him, who's it going to be?
Exactly. So yeah, there you go. I'm sure that Davis will certainly
But
get a tune out
anyway,
of him.
I don't even why I mentioned Dux, because he's going to be he's a little bit away yet, isn't he, from starting? So he won't be anywhere near the team. But I don't think it's going to be much different to last Saturday, well, last Friday against Ipswich. I think it'll be pretty much the starting lineup with it'll be back to Allsop in goal. You'll have Bright, Asanye on the right side. Although equally for me, you could start with Laird as well. You could rotate either of them, start one in the first half, or vice versa. Then you'll have Neumann, Clara, Cochrane, Steady Eddie.
Who?
Steady Eddie Cochrane. Then you'll have, for me, it'll be you could have Keshe on the right hand side again. Left side Damari Gray. Would you go with what you did the other night, Doyle in the centre in front of Paik and Iwata? Would Leonard get a start, or would Leonard be your bench man?
No, I'd certainly start with Paik.
Or do you go with Doyle on the bench again, like I think he was last Saturday, and Jay and Kyogo starting up front?
I think maybe. Well,
Tough, isn't it? It's real nice, tough situation to have to try and call.
I think maybe give Iwata a bit of a rest because he played through the entire game with Sheffield United, didn't he?
That's a very good shout. Bench him, bring him on maybe, or just play him first half, or that's a good shout. It'd be interesting to see what a lot of
Yeah,
the
let
guys
us know
say
your
about
thoughts,
that.
Blues fans, and what you think.
Yeah, but it's just promising, isn't it? I'm just really looking forward to it. I just look forward to every game now. There's not a game that I fear anymore. I
No.
just enjoy. I think you've got to go out. Just know that you're going to enjoy the football. Don't be so complacent that you're just going to think walk every team, because that's not what this league's going to be about this year. It's going to be tough, but it's just knowing that the way we play, we've got something to be proud of at the end of every match. Whether that be a draw, like against Ipswich last week, it felt like a loss, but when you reflect on it, it's just we played so well. We deserved more out of it, and sometimes you can't get around that. You get dodgy reps and stuff like that, and bad decisions. But here's a little thing I wanted to mention here. Played for both teams.
I was waiting until you do this.
So, I mean, you can obviously see them now, but is anyone out there? Here's our little list. David Dunn, that played for Blues when we were in the Prem.
The only thing that I know him
years ago.
for, because I don't think I was ever around to see him play.
You're going to have to put a picture of this little
Just
kick up now, aren't you?
The
This little flicky,
Rabona
wasn't it?
that he tried in that one game, the only thing that he's known for, and he had to do that in a blue shirt, didn't he? The donut. Sure, was he a good player, good footballer?
He was a great player, yeah. He was a great player.
Not at that moment, though.
Yeah. Jeff Kenner,
Not a clue.
an absolute Blues favourite back in the day. One of was he right back, left back? I can't remember. He was one of the full-backs for Blues.
Grant Hanley?
More recently, Grant
Well, I
Hanley.
still think we could have had on the books, to be honest. I think he was a cracking little player.
I think he could have done a job. He'd have been a big,
I don't think
backup player for
we're
us.
not missing him. We're not missing the bloke, but he could have done the job.
You don't know though. Maybe he wanted to go out and find somewhere else just to get a bit more
football, yeah,
And you
yeah.
can't knock him for that. Here's the other one, Robbie Savage, from the same days as David Dunn.
Did we like that bloke? He didn't leave our club on the best of terms, did he,
didn't.
Robbie Savage?
He did this thing where he moved. He wanted to be closer to his family that was apparently in North Wales, but ended up moving further away. But then tried to show that somehow telling people that really he is closer to home. But yeah, he was hot and cold to the Blues. He was one of these that had an absolutely proper Honda engine to him, because he just kept running all game. He used to get up people's noses. There's that famous bit where he had a go with that Villa player. Oh, who was it? Holmes under the hammer, man.
What's his name?
Dion Dublin.
Dion Dublin, that's the one.
And there was a particularly famous phrase that during the game that he riled Dion Dublin with, and ended up getting him sent off, I think.
Yes.
And that was Robbie Savage's style. That was.
Yeah. He loved
There was
to
that
wind
story
people up.
as well that David Dunn mentioned and I only saw this on YouTube the other day, that it was for the Blues. We had a penalty, and the ball had bounced into Dunn's hands, and Savage was the penalty taker. And Dunn had got the
yeah.
ball, and he put the ball on the spot, and apparently Savage was in his ear saying, "I'm the penalty taker, I'm the penalty taker." And David Dunn apparently was like, I'm taking this one, or there was words between them, and in the end he was saying that Savage was in his, well, I hope you miss it now, I hope you miss it, I'm the penalty taker.
Oh God.
And then Dunn apparently then picked the ball up and went up to Savage and said, "Do you want it then?" And Savage was like, "Oh yeah." And he went, "Well, you ain't having it," and he put it back down, and apparently he scored it anyway. But that's one of the stories, and David Dunn told it a lot better than what I ever would have probably aborted it. But the other one, just to finish off with, that I do remember the name but can't remember much about him, was Jason Lowe. Can you remember any more?
Jason Lowe was, he was a bit of a nothing player, really.
Oh, don't be nasty. He's a really nice guy. But yeah, so it's going to be a tough game, but nothing that's beyond us. Blackburn have been a bit of a bogey team for Blues in the past.
Yeah.
But it's a different Blues team now, isn't it? And I think we've just got to go out there, play the football we play. 7,000 Blues fans behind us. He's just going to be brilliant, and we've got to try and do some of the away games, Ben, this year. I don't know how we're going to get
if we can
tickets.
get there, it'd be brilliant.
If
I'd be
anyone out there, if you
amazing.
want me and Ben with you, give us a shout. We'll pay our way. No, it'd be good, wouldn't it? So
Should we end on score predictions?
Yeah, predictions.
I'm really confident. I think we'll do it 2-0. Jay Stansfield to get a double.
It's about time that we started scoring a few goals, isn't it? So I still think, especially away from home, we might be a bit fragile, not because we make any mistakes at the back, but I just think Blackburn are going to have to push on. So I think there's a goal in them. So I'm going to go for the 3-1 Blues, with definitely Stano, Kyogo again, and I think Damari Gray is going to get a goal for us.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Come
hope you're
on,
right.
Damari.
Right then, brilliant.
Sweet sugar
Well, let us
Damari
know
Gray.
your predictions as well, Blues fans, of course. Do you want to sign us off?
Yeah, can do. Yeah, it'd be good to hear from you what you think the formations will be. See if you agree or disagree, because football's a game of many opinions, isn't it? But let's just keep getting behind them, because things are going to be good this season. Keep behind them. Let us know if you're going as well, because there's plenty of you going. 7,033. I wish I was one of them. But that'll do us for today. Drop us a comment, drop us a like, and if you're not subscribed, it'd be great to have you as part of the community here on BlueTube. But we'll see you on the next one. We'll try and come up with a bit of a review after the game. Take care. See you soon.